on the way to see a couple of gardens where my tomato plants are growing. And it's raining. Hopefully the rain will let up enough that we can get these video clips made. This first stop is just a quick tour. This gardener had problems with persistent herbicide. He borders a community property area where they treat the grass with herbicide, and it leached into his yard. So this year he had a lot of his soil removed and replaced. His plants seem to be doing well. And here are his tomato plants. They actually look better than mine. Nice thick stems, dark green leaves, and they've got flowers coming on. You should get tomatoes in the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's really good. So let's head over to another garden and see some more of those free tomatoes growing. For our second garden tour, we're returning to a garden we visited last year. You can see there have been some additions. There have been 2 grow bags added. Each one has 4 squares in it that are about a foot in diameter, maybe a little more. And there's lettuce growing in those. The lettuce in these first 4 has been growing for a lot longer and has already been picked a few times. The lettuce in the back was just planted about a week ago from transplants. And next to the grow bags, there's a new in-the-ground garden plot. It has tomatoes and peppers in it. A lot of the tomatoes look good. A couple of them have died off. We're not sure why. The pepper plant in the center is called a fish pepper. It's a kind of pepper I've never heard of before. It's got some white streaking on the leaves. We're not sure what's causing that. That pepper is a local variety grown by a gardener here in the area in his greenhouse. So we'll see what kind of peppers that produces. It should be interesting. The 2 tomatoes on the left are a 14 and a 5. And the 2 tomatoes on the right are a number 4 and a number 12. You'll have to look them up in the previous video. From memory, I think it is Rutgers, Carbon, Large Red Cherry, and I think number 12 is a Supremo. And the 3 plants along the back of this garden square all died. We're not sure why. It was a Supremo, a banana pepper, and a brandywine. And this is a Patio container tomato from Bonnie Plants. This was purchased in the pot with the tomato cage and a very healthy looking plant. You can see underneath the leaves that it's already got good sized tomatoes. There's probably 8 ounces that are already starting to ripen. When the plant was purchased, it already had tomatoes set on it. So that's a great way to get early tomatoes in the season. Bonnie Plants, our roots run deep. And this is the original garden plot that we came and saw last year. If you look here on the left, you'll see there's a banana pepper in the front, 2 cabbages, and some Swiss chard. All looks good. And there are 4 tomato plants in this garden. Along the back there's a number 9 and a number 14. I think that's a Super Steak hybrid and a Rutgers. The 2 tomato plants along the back have nice healthy stems, good foliage, and they're starting to set flowers. In the front there are 2 tomatoes that were purchased from Butler's Orchard. and we think those are beefsteak, but we're not sure. And you can see that one of the beefsteaks has already set fruit. There are some marigolds in here to act as a deterrent to harmful insects and also to attract pollinators. And there's some kale plants growing along the edge. It's always nice to see roses in the garden. Gardens look good. Behind the garden, it's believed to be a persimmon tree. It's starting to fruit, and once the fruits get big enough, we'll come back and take a look again. There are some strawberry plants growing here in pots. With careful consideration of the path of the sun, position of trees, you can still grow a lot in a small space. And we'll come back in a couple of months and take a look at the garden again in the summertime. So if you haven't started planting, it's not too late. Get out there and make some stuff grow.